What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Trigger TV. I'm at Rocking with B. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning, everybody. We are definitely live and we are in the most building. So come on in here and smash that like button, you guys. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. We are definitely here, so we definitely want to make sure that we get it popping for you. So we're definitely here to get it popping. So make sure that you guys are definitely hitting that like button, smash it, flip it up, rub it down, and put some disinfectant on it. But we are here to bring you a story today, you guys, about 21-year-old Megan Lund. Okay, she was charged with stabbing her partner, ex-boyfriend, 19 times in his sleep. So this is definitely a story that you don't want to miss. So make sure that you guys are coming in here and definitely get involved in the chat. This is definitely a safe space. I definitely want to make sure that you guys are definitely hitting that like button. We dropped a video yesterday, you guys, had over 100 views. Okay, so we're getting back in the algorithm. Definitely getting back in the groove of things. Definitely back full fledged. But we definitely need you guys to support the video and get us in there. Okay, what's going on, Big J? You said what? Right. What? That's what I said when I saw it. I said, what? So definitely get up in here, you guys. Make sure you smash the like button. Please do that for us. Support the channel too. You can support the channel through Cash App, PayPal, or even a super chat. Okay. Definitely come back and do that. Support the channel. Please be here. You can also support the channel by throwing some blue hearts in the chat, or even like I said, the like button is definitely free. So let's go ahead and get these disclaimers out the way. Okay. You guys know how Trick does it. Let's go ahead and get those disclaimers, DJ. Go ahead and drop those disclaimers for me real quick. And let's go ahead and get it out the way. You guys know that Trigger TV is never, ever, ever for kids. So we know they're on break because you know it's New Year's. So coming up, Happy New Year to everybody in advance. But get those lovely, beautiful, intelligent babies out the way. Okay, get them out the way. Get them out there. Training on something new, not in front of the TV. Get them out the way because this is not for them. I also want to give you a trigger warning too, as well, for this case. Pretty intense case. So trigger warning. Go ahead, Big J, trigger warning in the building, as well as remember that this is all for educational purposes. Okay. So I am providing you information so that you're fully aware this was going on in the world. Okay, you guys. So all for educational purposes. Okay. So I just wanted to definitely show you the story and bring it to you live. So thank you everybody that's here. Thank you for everybody who's going to join. And thank you and shout out to everybody who is sharing the video, hitting the like button, and giving me a view by viewing this video. Okay. I was very shocked. So, trigger warning. Go ahead, Big J, throw a trigger warning in the chat for me, please, if you do not mind. And I want to welcome everybody in advance that's going to be here. Okay. Let's go ahead and get on. I'm not going to hold you too long, real quick. I'm not. Promise you that. Let's get on with this Megan Lund story because this story hit me like a ton of bricks. All right. So, let's get on with it. Megan Lund was 21 years old, you guys, and she was charged with stabbing her partner in front of her child. Okay. She just got charged. She just got sentenced. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that sentence because I thought the sentence was ridiculous. Okay. Absolutely ridiculous. This is what we have to look forward to with our legal system. We have a lot of work to do. And I'm going to tell you that right now. All right. So let's get on with the story. Let's go ahead. I don't want to hold you too long, but let's talk about Megan Lund and just how how insane she was. Okay. She tried to plead the insanity plea. That didn't work. A lot of things didn't work for her, but let's go ahead and see what happened. Shout out to Law and Crime for the video. And let's go ahead and get right into that. Okay. Thank you so much for joining Trigger TV. And let's get it popping. And welcome, Jane Locke, to the building. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Let's go ahead and get into this. We don't want to hold you too long. Let's go. All right, let's get into this real quick.
I was all confused. I thought I saw something that wasn't happening. Body cam video shows the aftermath of a bloody crime scene at the home of a Wisconsin woman who's now in prison. I was all confused. I thought I saw something that wasn't happening. Body cam video shows the aftermath of a bloody crime scene at the home of a Wisconsin woman who's now in prison for stabbing her ex-boyfriend more than a dozen times.
Now, I want you to listen carefully. Okay, watch her body language. Okay, shout out again to Long Crime for the video. Listen and watch her body language, you guys. This woman tried to plead insanity. She tried to plead a lot of different pleas to get out of this one, and she tried to tell a story of. It was very intense. So this is going to tell you the whole story. Stay with me. Trust and believe me. It's going to give you so much information, and you're going to be blown. Let's go.
Times with a pair of scissors.
Yes.
22-year-old Megan Lund was sentenced in November for stabbing her ex-boyfriend more than a dozen times with a pair of scissors. 22-year-old Megan Lund was sentenced in November for stabbing her ex and the father of her child 19 times while he was sleeping on the couch back in February. In body cam footage obtained by Law and Crime, officers arrived to the scene to find the victim lying on the couch begging for help as Morgan stands near him covered in blood.
Right, is it just the three of you? Okay. The ambulance is downstairs.
The officer then pulls Morgan to the side to get more information from her as the victim continues pleading for help.
Have you got shoes or something you can?
No, they're downstairs.
Okay. They're coming.
We go. We gotta go. We gotta go. I can't see.
Yep, medics are coming. Is this your stuff?
Yeah.
Do you have an ID in here?
No, it's in the car.
Morgan?
Even no, come on.
No way. Oh my god.
What is your name?
Morgan Lund. It's unclear when, but during this time, emergency crews seemingly tend to Morgan's ex-boyfriend's injuries. Portions of the audio were redacted from the video, but Morgan can be seen visibly distraught while begging the officer to let her speak with her father.
Morgan, can you tell me a little bit more about...
No.
No?
Right.
And why is that?
She was really mad. She got caught, Jane.
Why are you saying no?
Listen.
I don't understand what you're reacting to right now. Are you just scared about the situation, or do you not want to talk to me?
Listen, she's 21 and they're telling her, no, we can't call your parents. You're of age and we're not going to call your parents. You need to tell us what happened. Okay, let me tell you, she had blood on her hands, blood on her feet, blood all over her body. And all she wanted to do was talk to her mom and dad. And they were telling her, no, you're not under the age of 18. You're going to talk to us first. And they're trying to get it out of her as she's playing hysterical. Watch.
I want my dad. I want my dad to come here.
Okay. I understand that, but you're an adult, so I need you to make your own decision about whether or not you're going to talk to me, okay? What?
What do I need to tell you?
The questions that I was asking, what kinds?
She then explains to the officer she thought she saw a mysterious figure when she attacked her ex-boyfriend while he slept. I was sleeping and then I don't know, I was like half awake.
I bring her out here every morning to put on fever.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, I've seen the same thing before. But I've
You've
never
seen
done
the same
anything
thing?
like that.
You have seen the same thing before. Okay. Have you ever had any kind of medical treatment or
No.
anything like that?
Now she's gonna start telling them, you guys. Okay, so she's already ready. She's up. She's setting up the play. She's gonna start telling them that she's seeing things. She saw things. You know, she's delusional. There were things telling her to just watch. She stabbed this man 19 times with a pair of scissors in his sleep in front of their child. Okay, so there's no way out of that to explain how that took place, but she's going to tell them a bunch of hogwash. And I want you to pay attention. There's a reason why I didn't tell you how much time she got in the thumbnail because I was infuriated that she could do and commit a crime like this in Wisconsin and only get the amount of years that she got. And I'm going to tell you what she got at the end. I am pissed. Unbelievable. Check this out.
Have you seen a doctor, a psychologist,
No,
counselor, anything like that?
too embarrassed
Welcome,
to talk to
Yaya.
anybody.
Okay.
Grand Rising.
I
Queen,
didn't,
thank
I
you
didn't
for
get
coming.
much
Welcome to
sleep
the
last night. I
chat.
don't know why.
There's my other mod in the
And then I
building,
finally
baby.
fell
David.
asleep.
Yeah.
And you what?
I finally
Welcome,
fell
Big
asleep
Sis.
and I was seeing all these weird things. Oh, there's blood all over me.
Yeah. This is about Megan Lund. Real quick, a quick recap. She stabbed her boyfriend 19 times in his sleep with a pair of scissors, and now the police are now at her house questioning her. And she is going to play every single role to try and get out of this. Watch closely. We're only 3 minutes in to the video.
But you don't remember coming back out, but you do remember seeing something.
Yeah,
It was
you know
like
it.
in my
Yeah,
head
trigger
though.
warning. You
It
know what's
wasn't
popping.
real. And that's when I was like, what is going on? I didn't know what was happening.
Can you describe for me what you saw?
I was like, I don't know. It was like something black.
Did you put the scissors away?
No, it's still there.
And then he was like, I felt like, I don't know what. But it was like, then I was like, is he attacking the thing that I saw? I don't know. I was all confused. Like I thought I saw something that wasn't happening.
Shortly after, another officer takes photos of Morgan, whose hands, clothes, legs, and feet appear to be covered in blood. Then the officer continues his questioning, where Morgan explains she had been suffering from hallucinations and experiencing mental health issues, adding she had an out-of-body experience during the incident.
You
Setting up the
usually
play.
see the same thing?
Yep, another one. Another diabolical demon. Yes, you're right, Yaya.
I
Oh,
feel
like you
like
see it.
somebody else. It feels like it's not even me.
If you had to physically describe what you were seeing, like big or small, black or white, gray, blue, whatever,
Like a blob.
like a blob.
Like a black blob. Like a blob, but like a figure.
Okay.
I don't know. I have something wrong.
Listen to her, you guys.
You see a dark figure, but it doesn't look like a person. Am I understanding that right? It's just sort of the shape.
And I could hear him. Yeah.
Yes, those are blue hearts in the chat.
And then I came out and I saw something like over him. So I don't know like what was like real and what's not real. I don't know if I was dreaming.
But the other experiences that you've had have been when you were.
She said she does not know what was real and not real. Okay, now I'm going to tell you guys, I want to intervene real quick. It was real that you stabbed your ex-boyfriend 19 times with those scissors. That was real. And I know she knows that with all that blood that she was covered in when they came. She knows the difference between reality and a lack of reality. Now, we talk about mental health on this channel often, and I am going to address her mental health. But I do feel like already, and I looked at this case very carefully. She is playing mental health so that she can plead insanity. She knows exactly what she was doing. She did this in front of her child. She did this while this man was defenseless and sleeping on the couch. She decided to do this. That's why there's scissors in the damn thumbnail. She knew what she was doing.
Awake?
That man didn't have a
Now we're,
chance.
half awake.
Okay. Right before you went to bed or right after you woke up?
Both.
Both. But it's
No, I would
usually
never do that. I would never
right.
do that. Yeah.
But it's usually that same sort of dark figure that you see.
Yeah, but it's something in my head. It's not like I don't know how to explain it.
But when you see it, your heart beats really fast and you feel
Yep,
afraid.
that's correct,
And I
Jane.
just feel like something's taking
Sure
over me.
was.
Like I don't know. And now it's like everything's normal.
And that happens every time.
What is going on?
So she said it happens every time. So how long was she going to take before she decided to address her mental health? So why did it take her having to, right, homicide versus suicide, right? How long was it going to take her to address her mental health? So now you want to address your mental health now that you've taken a life? See, that's what I have a problem with, you guys. I always try and figure out the mindset behind why someone does something mentally. Like what's going on with their mental health? When did they have that mental break? When did they have that the dissociative disorder? Because that's what it is, dissociative disorder. Like when? When did you have that mental break? Yes, and that's correct, you guys. He was defenseless. He was in his sleep, being attacked. Imagine you sleeping on a couch and all of a sudden someone comes and stabs you with some scissors. Yes, mental health, homicide versus suicide. Yeah. And now we're addressing her mental health and postpartum, we're going to go there and her insanity. But it should have been addressed long time ago because she is a risk to society doing and feeling like she's saying she feels and seeing all these dark things that she says she saw before she committed this murder. Okay. How many times do people have to lose their life? And then the people that take their life come out with this, I have a mental health issue. You knew you had it before you did it. So why are we here right now? We're here right now because you're in trouble. You're stuck. But this ish should have been taken care of long time ago. Long time before this right here took place. You took a life, and now we're talking about mental health. But we should have been talking about her mental health at 21 years old, a long time ago, because this was already here.
The Mental Health Institute. And I feel like ever since I started working there, like, because I talk to the patients a lot, and I feel like it's just like getting in my head.
No, ma'am.
And I've talked to people at work about it without like saying anything. Like I've been like, do people ever
Absolutely.
get
This
affected
part,
by this? And like,
this
have you ever
comment
seen
right
anybody
here
that works here be affected
by
by it?
Yaya.
And they,
This one.
like all of them have
She's lying.
said that, yeah, like they've seen people be affected by it, or like
It's just an
I
excuse,
don't
Big
know,
J.
and I
That's
just feel
right.
like something
Look, at she's
just
trying to play
changed
it.
in me since then.
Where are the tears at? I don't see any. Do you?
As Morgan continues to speak with police, another officer arrives on scene to speak with Morgan's brother, Ethan, who was staying the night at the couple's home
No
on the night of
tears.
the stabbing and called 911. Ethan, while holding Morgan's crying child, tells the officer he was sleeping when he heard Morgan and her ex in what he thought was another verbal argument.
Trouble. Y'all
I thought
tearing
he
her
was
ass
fighting
up.
normal.
Y'all tearing her ass up.
And it starts getting
Back.
loud. What the hell?
Was he screaming back at her?
Jane,
It was kind of like a, I don't even know, like, get off me, help. I don't even
And that was
remember.
him saying that?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
And open the door. They're on top of each other.
What do you mean they both were on top?
You guys hear the extra that she's doing? The extra. Look at the comments. You guys are tearing her ass up. Jane Locke said, look, she's aware enough to know she's in trouble. Big J said, lying to the fake tears. Y'all said, look, she lying. Okay? These are all people that actually care about mental health and know about mental health that are making these comments up in this field right here. along with me. Come on, give it a break. She is aware enough to know that she's in trouble. Absolutely. And watch what the brother does.
For each other.
He was like on top of her trying to take his knife out of her hand or something. I don't know.
Okay. So, okay, how was she positioned? Like when you say when he was on top of her, was he like straddling her
Yeah, he like had her wrist down.
and then holding her wrist, like straddling her like that?
You know, the crying in
Okay.
the background, the drama.
Was he
All the
bleeding area at
drama.
that time?
Yeah,
Where was he
An
bleeding? Where'd
Academy
you see?
Award.
his arm and stuff, and then I seen the couch. Help! Go over there. I don't even know. That was like when it was ending.
Okay. Was she saying anything at this time?
She's just freaking out. I don't know. She's saying she doesn't know what happened. That she was seeing stuff, having a dream or something, and then
You guys, she's crying like that. Let me tell you why she's wailing and in the background and all the background crying and carrying on like that. Let me tell you why she's doing that. She's doing that because she knows that she's leaving with those officers. She's not staying. She knows she's going to jail. Okay? So she's trying to give them the best Academy Award performance that she can give right now because she wants to go to the hospital, instead of jail. But this woman clearly knows that those officers are there and they're going to take her somewhere other than a hospital. If she goes to the hospital, she's going to jail after the hospital. And I think that's why she's wailing like that. Trust and believe me, she should win an Academy Award for all this drama that she's playing in the background. This woman knows that she's not staying home tonight.
realized it was real.
Okay. Does she suffer from mental health?
I think since she's had a kid, because
That's their kid?
yeah, and then I just went out there, ran out, called the cops.
Ethan goes on to tell the officer a similar story to Morgan's. She thought she saw something in her head, but Ethan also revealed to police that Morgan and her then boyfriend were experiencing a lot of relationship issues and that fighting between the two wasn't uncommon.
Okay. Did she say it might have been a dream? Go back into that.
Yeah, she was kind of saying like she was something like as I'm calling you guys that she was like, dreaming or something, and then like seeing something in her head. I don't really know.
And you,
Aaron, is this his bedroom?
that's where he stays. He doesn't live here, but he stays here. Yes. And you said that she might have some mental health issues since she's had a kid. Explain to that. Have you seen a change in behavior?
I think just a bit of maybe postpartum depression, maybe, or just,
But you've seen a change in change in personality?
maybe not.
Now that's the part that pisses me off, is when he says the postpartum depression. Okay? Don't start blaming, don't start setting up the play with the postpartum depression because that's something that you should have definitely got some help for. Okay? So when the brother says that, that's the part that pissed me off because I'm like, wait a minute. Postpartum depression, okay, yes, you can have that, but you need to take care of that. You know what I mean? You should not be out here, you know what I mean, bawling and killing people. Now you're sad. Now you're mad. Postpartum depression, don't play with our top. Let's go. You know what it is. You're crying because you got caught. Because I bet you when she committed the crime, was she crying and doing all that when she was stabbing this man 19 times with some scissors? Like 19 times, that's a lot. That is a lot. That's overkill. That's personal. You know what I mean? That is a personal murder. Like for you to take someone 19 times with some scissors, that's 19 puncture wounds. You have to think about that. Every time you stab, you got to think about it. That's premeditated.
Not a change in personality, but
Oh, sit there.
she
You're not getting me in those, are you? Okay.
they got a lot of relationship problems.
Okay.
So
Okay. So this fighting minus the actual injuries is not uncommon. So they argue a lot.
yes.
Are they physical a lot? No, just verbal arguments a lot. Okay.
Ethan says he never saw the actual stabbing, only the aftermath. The officer later puts a pause on questioning Ethan so he can tend to Morgan and the victim's child, who continue to cry. Then the officer briefly observed the scene, noting just how bloody it was.
You got all this splatter. It's on the kid toy over here too.
Yeah, I got that.
Meanwhile, a frantic Morgan continues
And
speaking
also,
with police who inform her
if I didn't add this, which I'm pretty sure I did, she did this in front of her child. Okay? So I bet you, I can bet $100 that she was not welling like this and carrying on, crying and upset as she was taking this man's life in front of their child. Okay? So somebody make it make sense. She did all this in front of her child and didn't think anything of it. Wasn't welling, wasn't crying, wasn't upset about it. She didn't get upset about it until the investigators got here. And then she got upset about it. And she only got upset about it because she got caught. Okay? And yes, the brother is on her side. Absolutely. And that's the sick part. You're not trying to get her help. You're trying to get her out of it. Too late.
she's under arrest and they have to take her to the police
Mhm.
station.
Told you.
I have
She's
to
going with
even
them.
process it.
Mm-hmm.
Minutes later, she tearfully pleads with officers, asking what will happen next.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
We don't
Because I
actually,
mean,
genuinely
Yeah.
like,
not.
Look at her
like
face.
most likely in this.
We don't ever know.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Like
We've
like
been lying
seen
to you to give you.
before.
And
My
honestly,
dad worked for a prison for so long, and I worked at the mental health institute. I've seen like things like this, and I
She
just
said
want
she
to know
works at
like
the
what's
mental
most
health
likely
institute, so
gonna
she knows how to
happen.
play the game.
I've been doing this for 12 years and I've never been in this situation before.
Yeah.
So this exact situation, and
And then,
each
like-
one is a little bit different,
So
but this
Okay.
exact
what
situation,
I will ask, not to intervene, is
Yeah.
your mom and dad are outside. They're
So
gonna
they're
take
gonna
the
see me.
Is it possible, Miles, to cuff her at the vehicle?
sure, where is
Yeah,
it?
I'm
They're
not
outside.
gonna do anything.
I just don't want them to see her being cuffed. Are you okay?
Yeah, I
with
don't
that?
want them.
Okay. We'll just walk with you and then go from there. I would just ask, just don't really talk or anything to them at this point. We'll allow that later, okay? Just we get everything.
They can come in and.
Yeah, we'll work with you.
Okay.
As the officers walk her to the squad car, Morgan can be heard crying, asking her father for help as he tries to figure out what even happened. Shortly after, Morgan's placed in cuffs and taken to the police station, where her brother Ethan is already in an interview room and gave a written statement to police before going over his account of what happened with detectives.
So you guys all kind of came home around the same time?
Yeah, but I never saw him.
Okay. They in their bedroom? Or
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure he's sleeping on the couch. But I'm not sure.
do you know why he's sleeping on the couch? Or
Just because they're arguing, I'm guessing.
okay. So they're arguing a lot then, or
I don't know. I think they're just breaking up or something. But they only argue like I don't know when something goes wrong. I guess I don't know.
okay. Do you know why they're breaking up? Or
I don't think she feels like he's treating her like right.
any issues with her thoughts on how he's treating the baby?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Have you ever seen their relationship get physical?
No.
Do anything to her physically, anything? No. So when they're arguing, they're just verbally arguing? How often, since you've been there, has he been sleeping on the couch?
I say, I don't want to give a wrong time, but probably a month or so, something like that.
Okay. And that's like all the time he's been sleeping on the couch,
Yeah.
not just once here and there?
I don't know if he occasionally goes and sleeps in the room or something.
Ethan tells the detective his sister has been suffering from postpartum depression since she had her child nearly a year ago.
And the baby's 11 months old?
Yeah, she's almost one.
Okay. So was she talking about that before the baby?
Well, here's my question. If she's been suffering from postpartum depression since she had this child a year ago, what has she done about it? Do you know what I mean? If you know that you're suffering from a mental illness that is really affecting you and taking you out, having you pretty much jump out the window mentally, my question is, if you know you're struggling with something like that, what are you doing about it? Because you can't wait for other people to come to you and fix you. You got to reach out and get help to fix you. So what has she done about it other than take somebody's life? It's not an excuse, but it sounds like the brother is making a ton of excuses for her.
she was born or while she was pregnant or?
No, I never really seen her when she was pregnant, but
Okay.
not that I know.
So after the baby was born, what was she talking about?
Just whenever we'd be hanging out or whatever, me, her, and her boyfriend, and like if she would get sad or something, she would bring it up, and I don't know, just didn't know how to deal with it. We didn't know, if she's just saying this or what, but she definitely started acting way different.
Can you kind of explain what that acting was, or?
So just like maybe her mood overall and how she's going about her day, not being as active, just really showing her emotions, I guess.
So, and I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm just trying to figure out what you're saying. Like, is she kind of a flat effect, or is she really emotional, or what is it that you're seeing?
It's like she'll be crying out of the blue or something, or yelling, which is just stuff I've never seen. Okay. So that's stuff like that is different from when we lived with my mom in high school and stuff. She wasn't like that.
Okay.
So if the brother was there, if he was staying with her, okay, why didn't he, since he has so much information about her mental health and her changes when she had this kid and all the little off behaviors that she had, why didn't he reach out and get her help? Because he's a family member. Now he's in here talking to detectives, and now it's all coming out in the wash. And see, and that's the kind of stuff that I don't understand. If you have a family member that you know is in need, and you are right up underneath them, and you're watching them go through this stuff, why are you not reaching out and taking them to where they need to go in order to get this help instead of watching them spiral? Now, here you are sitting in front of an investigator after she has done something detrimental to her life at 21 years old, like Jane Locke just said, 21 years old, and now you got the rest of your life messed up, like all the way messed up. You guys are going to be shocked to find out how much time she got.
So kind of out of nowhere, she just started
Charge it to the game.
She gone to
It's
the
a mess.
doctor for her?
I am not sure if she's ever gotten
Unbothered.
but
Correct.
she's told me
Postpartum is real.
about
It can't be used as an excuse for violent
Did she
behavior.
talk
Absolutely
about
not.
seeing
Great.
images or
Not for no murder.
things or anything?
Think so.
Not for no murder, baby. Absolutely not.
Today, she was
Mm-mm.
saying she was seeing something. I'd heard her when I was in the spare bedroom after all the cops and stuff. I heard her talking to one of the cops saying
Jane Locke and 50 is on it.
Okay.
When I was on the phone, she was saying, I don't know what was going on. I didn't mean it. I think I was dreaming. Like I didn't have control. Just something along the lines of that.
Okay. Have you seen or heard them talk about breaking up or what that status is? Or?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely breaking up. Like, I think their lease is up in, I want to say, June 1st, maybe, and then trying to get their own apartment, I think.
Okay, so they've basically broken up,
Yeah.
but they're together at that house because.
It's like co-parenting right now or something.
Okay. And how long has that been going on? That they've basically broken up and decided they're going their separate ways.
I mean, it's hard to tell because they're so on and off, but I'd say definitely a solid month that they've been distant.
And while Ethan says he saw something in Morgan's hand when she attacked her boyfriend at the time, he couldn't narrow down what the weapon was, as he initially thought it was a butter knife. Ethan wraps up his interview telling police he was in shock that the incident happened, adding he's never seen that amount of blood.
So here's my question. If he was there when it happened, right? Why didn't he stop her? Why? Somebody make this ish make sense. He was there. You saw an object. You thought it was a butter knife. Why didn't you stop her? What I mean,
Before.
And I'm sure you've seen some blood in hockey, right?
Not that much. So.
No, probably not that much. But
At this point, Morgan is now in a police interrogation herself, being read her Miranda rights. After the detective asks Morgan if she wants a lawyer present, unsure what to do, Morgan again asks the detective if she can call her father, who advises on the phone to hold tight.
And you're not yourself. You're not yourself. You didn't do this on purpose. You know,
I did it on purpose.
was he sleeping?
I don't know. I was like half asleep.
I know. Were you having a dream?
Yeah, I was like I was having a dream, and then I was like half awake out to the living room.
Yeah.
And then I woke up again, and I was like half asleep, and I was like seeing things, but I was like, I don't know. There's like something in my head that like makes me not who I am.
Did your doctor give you any medicine?
No.
No. Can I come there as her? Like she has a representative with her. Can I come there with her?
Sure, if you want.
The video then shows Morgan in the police interview room for about half an hour waiting for her father to arrive. Once he arrives, he explains to the officer while Morgan has been suffering from mental health issues and postpartum, nothing this violent had ever happened before.
How much do you know about what's happened this morning? Not too much. My son called me a couple times. I didn't answer, and when I called him back, I think he was probably calling you guys and stuff. But he said she was like sleeping and she had a bad dream, or she said she didn't know where she was and stuff, and she didn't know what was going on. She's been having she's had postpartum depression since she had the baby, and like my wife was a social worker for years and like program director and stuff, and she kept saying like she's having like mental health issues, and I would bounce around it with her, but I didn't want.
So you guys, everybody knew that she was having mental health issues. Why did they not get her more help? Why? Why did they just bounce around the issue? The brother knew, the dad knew, the mother knew. That's 3 people, that's the whole family. Why didn't they get her help? Why didn't she get herself some help too? No, postpartum is not an excuse to take a life. Absolutely not. That's not how that goes.
I want to accuse her of having like mental problems and stuff, so I never pushed it far enough to like make her go get help. But as far as today goes, like Ethan said, and I saw her too, it was like it seemed like she wasn't even there. Like she's never like grabbed a weapon and done anything like that before. And she's just been like, I know she's been crying out of the blue, like she'll just start bawling for like nothing's going on, and she'll start bawling. Like when I say she said weird things to me, she'll say weird things to me, and I don't say anything. I just let it go because I know she's having like mental issues, so I don't want to say the wrong thing.
What do you mean by weird things?
Just weird. Like she'll not just talking about or weird stuff. Like I don't know. Like I can't think of a specific example. Just like weird, not like weird crazy stuff, but like talking about stuff that we weren't talking about or something. And like it's just like she's different. She's way different. You know, I'm pissed at myself because we wanted her to get a good job and everything, and now she's like, now that this happened, I'm thinking. I told my wife, how stupid are we? Like we encouraged her to go work at the mental health facility because my wife was a program director there for a long time. And we thought it's a great job. It's a state job. I ran a prison for a living, so we're like, we know it's a good job. I never thought for 1 second about like the stuff that she was going to be reading and hearing about, people she was going to be talking to when she's having her own issues already. It was stupid. I never even thought about that. But I can tell you right now, she's never grabbed a weapon and done anything. I was shocked when he called me. It doesn't make any sense. Or what happened? I don't exactly know what happened, but it doesn't make any sense. But I know I can tell you 100,000% she's been totally different since she had her baby, and she's never gotten any help for it.
The body cam video ends with the officer telling Morgan her father had gotten a hold of an attorney. She was ultimately arrested for the violent slashing and at the time charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide. According to court documents, Morgan's ex-boyfriend, who survived the incident, told police she had been physically abusive throughout the duration of their relationship, even threatening him in the past. He said he didn't know why she stabbed him, especially in front of their daughter. Morgan initially pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity back in March, but later pleaded no contest to aggravated battery and second-degree endangering safety. In November, a Wisconsin judge sentenced her to 7 years behind bars plus 5 years of extended supervision. Reporting for Law and Crime, I'm Elizabeth Milner.
I was all confused.
And you know what, you guys? And you know what, you guys? That's correct. Come and get your demons. Now, listen, I actually thought she took him out. Okay. All right. I thought she took him out. So that's why she only got the little 7 years and 6 months, because he actually survived it. We can't find his name anywhere online. So, he's pretty much, hiding out because they didn't show any pictures of him. They don't have a name for the ex-boyfriend, nothing. They're not naming him. And there's no pictures of him. So he did make it. I thought they actually took him out. Okay. So she got lucky. She tried to. She tried it. She got 7 years and 6 months for that. She should have got 20 years for attempted murder. Okay. That's what I think. But check this out, because at the end of the day, this woman is diabolical. Absolutely. Couldn't be said any better than that. Okay. Period.
A woman in Wisconsin is trying to convince authorities that she thought she was having a dream when she stabbed her ex-boyfriend 19. A woman in Wisconsin is trying to convince authorities that she thought she was having a dream when she stabbed her ex-boyfriend 19 times. Morgan Lund pleaded not guilty this week by reason of mental disease or defect. When police showed up to her home in February, they found the victim bleeding and the suspect putting pressure on some of his wounds. She told them that she thought she saw a dark figure on top of her ex when she walked into the living room with their baby in the early morning hours. Lund allegedly grabbed a pair of scissors and started trying to kill the figure, but really, she was stabbing her sleeping ex-boyfriend. She told police she didn't know what was happening and may have been dreaming. Miraculously, the victim survived, and he told police that Lund has been violent with him in the past, but said that she had never threatened to kill him. Lund is being held on $250,000 bond, and a psychiatric evaluation has been ordered. Now, Terry, this isn't the first murder case where someone claimed to be asleep, and this type of circumstance ever end in a type of acquittal?
Well, believe it or not,
They
Jesse,
call it
it
a
has
tattoo.
ended in an acquittal. The whole point is whether or not
Look, they call it a murder case too. Because look, did nobody think this man survived all that stuff? Crazy. Okay, insane. 19 times? How? God, only by the will of God did this man survive 19 stab wounds with some scissors. She is insane. Absolutely. But that insanity plea and dissociation disorder that she's going to try and claim is not going to work, because she was sane enough to do it, wasn't falling apart, had her baby in her hand. She did too much right in front of the child. She should have got way more than 7 years and 6 months. And then you get what? Good time. You can cut that in half. So it's really gonna be like 3.5 years. Like, she just got sentenced on November 3rd. This happened in February. Like, right here underneath our nose, another person, a part of humanity, effing it up. You know what I mean? Yeah, Lucifer, come get your demons. Hurry up. Clear these MFers out. Okay? Because we don't need them here.
there was that requisite intent, was there the mens rea? And if you can show that the individual really was sleeping, was not technically conscious, then you do get an acquittal. In North Carolina in 2015, a man was acquitted of killing his own 4-year-old son and attempting to kill 2 older sons. And so he was able to show he had no idea what he was doing. And there was a case, Brian, you'll like this, in Ontario, Canada, where a man was acquitted also of driving actually 15 miles to his mother-in-law's and beating her with an iron rod and ultimately stabbing her and killing her. And the jury came back in a very short amount of time in both of those cases and said that the requisite intent was not there and acquitted both of those individuals. So it has happened. It's not frequent, but if you can show that you didn't have the intent and the knowledge to commit that crime, you can get acquitted.
Driving while sleeping. Let me just ask you, Brian, is this an insanity defense or is this some other kind of defense?
Well, first, Terry, I definitely heard that story, but it wasn't 16 miles. I think it was 25 kilometers. But Jesse, to answer your question, I think it's a bit of both, because if the person is claiming they are awake and they see this dark figure, that could be a mental disease or defect or insanity defense, because you are cognizant of what's going on, but you don't have the ability to appreciate the difference of right and wrong. But the intent aspect that Terry's getting to is about automatism. Now, this could happen to diabetics in hypoglycemic states, or even if you're sleepwalking, where the physical aspect of what's going on is there, but to kind of quote, there's no one behind the wheel, so to speak. So depends on how you want to argue it.
It's an interesting defense. I'm not sure it'll ultimately work. Brian, Terry, thank you both so much. Everyone out there, thank you for joining us here on Law and Crime Daily. We will see you next time as we discuss justice in America.
Shout out to Crime Daily, you guys, because they show you the whole shebang, okay? Because this was a hot mess, okay? Can survive. Do the grace of God, probably. You know what I mean? Because there's no way. You know, that's a tough time. I mean, she should have never been allowed. She should have never been allowed to have, to even get 7 years and 6 months. James said, will she survive? Listen, here's what I think. I think at the end of the day, what's going to happen is that she is going to get half that time. Anytime somebody goes to jail, they get good time off, half that time. So she'll be out in 3.5 years. You know what I mean? Back to playing the game. She's dangerous to society. Definitely not a part of, humanity. She's not a humanitarian, stabbing people like that. You didn't see nothing. You didn't see anything. You didn't see a dark figure. You made a choice to try and hurt somebody and tried to take his life. Period. You should have got 20 years. That's what you should have got for attempted murder. There was no shadow there, none of that. You put his life in danger and he was asleep. That's what I'm talking about. We had to make people aware. Her dad was aware of her mental health. Her mom is. Her brother is. What are they going to do about it? Now, are they going to do something about it? Now she's in the hospital. Now, what are we going to do about it when she gets out? You guys know about it. You got to fix it. If it's broke, you fix it. If your head is broke, the screws is loose, you tighten them up and you fix it. You know what I'm saying? We can't hurt humanity. Hurt people, okay? That's what happens. People that are hurt turn around and hurt people. Hurt people. I know you've heard it before. This won't be your first time. We got to get over this shit. This shit. Forget whatever. Monetization. I ain't tripping. Let's keep it real. We can't keep hurting people because we're hurt. Okay? Like, it's enough. It's enough. Like, these kind of cases just blow my top. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. I got to sit it down. I got to lay it on the floor. Hearts on the floor, you guys, for real. But shout out to Crime Daily for the video. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Thank you so much, moderators, my king and my queen. God bless. Big sis, thank you so much. Big J, thank you so much. My king, I love you so much. Everybody in the chat, Jane Locke, I appreciate you always being here, always holding it down. You too, and also Big J keeping it lit over here. Anybody in the bushes, didn't pop out, shout out to you guys too. Make sure you smash that like button, whether you just came in or whether you're leaving and coming out. Thank you for watching. You guys come back and join us for another episode of Trigger TV. Trust and believe we're going to be in the house, becoming consistent. So we are definitely all the way back. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications as well so you're notified every time that we drop a video. You guys can also support the channel by PayPal, Cash App, or even Super Chat. We don't care how we get it. We love you guys so much, and I'm going to get us out of here. So I love you, and I will see you on the next one. All right, peace, and I'm out. Take care of yourself, and also, man, take care of one another. I'm out of here.